Mm.
Welcome. May your years be many. I am Enterutis, and I am the assistant architect to Osterenhet, the chief architect to Neferhotep, pharaoh of Egypt. Plagues have just stricken Egypt. Before the plagues, I was building a pyramid for Neferhotep. I know this pyramid would never be as great as the wondrous pyramids of Zoser and Seneferu, Khufu and Khafre. No, this pyramid would be a mere pile of bricks faced with limestone. Why? It's simple. Our economy has never been as great as that of the kings of old and the days of old, and so Neferhotep cannot afford a grand pyramid. Instead, he is resorting to what his nearer ancestors have done. These ancestors, they have built shoddy pyramids, mere rubble heaps faced with limestone, resplendent on the outside, but if you took the outside away, you would see that they were nothing. And now Neferhotep wants me to do the same thing. Actually, he wants my master to do the same thing. I am but helping. The main difference with his pyramid, though, well, that will be at least filled with an orderly pile of bricks, instead of the grand stones of the days of kings of old. But then again, these bricks were our downfall. You see, about 120 years ago, Sesostris III began enslaving Joseph's descendants. You all know Joseph. He saved Egypt from the 7-year famine, the worst one we've ever experienced. And yet, Sesostris didn't care. He thought that Joseph's descendants would take over the land of Egypt. Then Amenemhat III came along. He was no better. In fact, he was the one who began building with bricks made with straw. Now, I know that any forced labor a slave would be made to do would be bad for them. And yet, these bricks represented their slavery. Now Neferhotep believed he was making himself great by doing the same thing these kings of old did. These past kings. But he would soon be proven wrong, because Moses came along, and with the power of his God Yahweh behind him, he attacked Pharaoh and forced Pharaoh to let his people to go with 10 successive plagues. The 10th was the worst. My oldest brother and my uncle, my father's oldest brother, died in the plague of the firstborn. This occurred just yesterday. No building cannot continue. This is for several reasons. The Egyptians are devastated, and the celebrating Israelites are leaving the land. There are Egyptians just walking around in the streets, stunned, as I am. They're not ready for the normal routine. And then the Israelites, since they're leaving, we will not have a labor force to work with. Although I never did like slavery. We can't even build a new labor force anyway because our economy, which was poor before the plagues, is now destroyed, gone, nothing. We can't even build any more bricks because our straw was destroyed by the hail and the locusts. No, we can't even import any more Turtle limestone to face the pyramid with to make it look good because of our poor economy, or devastated economy. These plagues destroyed everything, including our religion. No, especially our religion. Before the plagues, we were worshipping many false idols. Yes, I believe they're idols now. But then the plagues attacked, And one by one, each one of those idols was destroyed. When the Nile turned to blood, Hapi, the Nile god, was destroyed. When frogs came out of the Nile, Hecate, the frog goddess, was destroyed. And then all the others fell too. Just a few were Hathor, the cattle god, Seth, the crop protector, sun protector. There was Ra, the sun god. Everybody thought he was supposed to be the greatest and most powerful god. In fact, Pharaoh was his son, so he thought. And yet, even he failed. And Yahweh also destroyed Isis, the giver of life. Our religion failed us, and yet I am glad for this, because now I know who the one true God is, because I know it is Yahweh. Despite this, Egypt is ruined. The Israelites are leaving and building has stopped. What should I do? What can I do? I'll tell you this. If Yahweh will accept a hated Egyptian into his camp, I will follow him and call him Adonai, Lord.
Very good.